Hi everyone and welcome to a video as promised on the Nikon D750 vs the Nikon D500. But I'm not actually going to call it that because one's a full frame and one's an APC size sensor. But what we will do is we will have a look at the images taken from each camera. I taken them at the same distance. So obviously when you see the images from the D500, they will look more zoomed in because I didn't want to move the tripod any further back when taking with the D500 because it would affect the image quality, meaning the sharpness. The further back you go from a subject, the less sharp it will look when you zoom into 100%. So without further ado, I will just open Lightroom and we'll go in and we'll take a look at some of these images. We'll just go full screen, just hang on. Come on Lightroom, stop jerking, and as you can see, I'll just go to the develop module and I will alt-I. There you go. The settings are up in the top left hand corner, but I will tell you them. And obviously this is an image straight out of the camera taken with the Nikon D500 straight away. And if I just show you the same shot taken with the full frame, then obviously it looks a little bit wider. Which is obviously to be expected because of the sensor size. So let's just zoom in first of all, and I focused around the Nikon. So if you have a look, it's beautifully sharp. Is it ISO 320 shot at f2 with a 50mm 1.4 art lens, so it's a gorgeous sharp lens. And as you can see out of the camera, it looks absolutely fine. If we press the C key and we go and select I'll just shift tab to hide the panels. I'll turn the lights out. Now, if you look at these side by side, obviously the one on the left was shot with the Nikon D500 and the one on the right was shot with the D750 because it's wider. The one on the right will always be the D750. Now, if we just look there, first of all, I mean, they both look gorgeously sharp. I think the white balance looks a little bit more bluer from the Nikon D500. So what we'll do is we'll just turn the lights back on. I will shift tab and take the compare key off, and I will just go and have a look at the white balance, pressing the D key to go into the develop module, and we are at just 2 seconds. We're at 4000 and plus 10. So I'll go set that white balance on this one. So we'll go to 4000. Sorry that I'm struggling to look at the screen, but it's right, plus 11, that'll do. So we'll press the compare key again. Oops, and then we'll shift tab, lights out, and you can see the white balance looks a bit more neutral now. So that's the white balance corrected. So if we look at them two, that's ISO 320. Let me just have a look. ISO 320. You have a look. Crop sensor on the left, full frame on the right. Let's actually zoom in now to both images. So and let's take a peek. Obviously, we can see, I think the full frame looks a little bit sharper, but I just think it is the way it focused. It looks like the crop sensor focused slightly more on the mount. But again, they both look absolutely stunning. If we go look at the bottom here, we can see that there's slightly more depth of field from the full frame, but I mean, you make up your mind. Sharpness wise, I'd say the full frame is slightly sharper, but in a minute that changes. I think maybe just it nailed focus, just maybe that slightly bit more. I'll just go right. We're going to have a look up at the noise here. If we go here now it's really hard to see, but there is slightly more noise on the crop frame sensor at ISO 320, but it's really nitpicking. Oops, shift tab, and then we'll turn the lights back on, and then we'll press the C key, and then we shall go back to the develop module. So now what we're going to do is, let me shift tab. So now what we'll do is we shall go to ISO. Let me just press the D key, see where we are. I will keep repeating the keys I'm pressing just so people know what I'm doing as a bit of a... So we'll go to 1600 now. So we will forget fixing the white balance this time. So I'll press the compare key and we'll go find the 1600 full frame. Just a second. It should be this one. There you go. So I'll shift tab, press the L key twice, and there's ISO 1600, same shot. We'll zoom in again and take a look. And you can see this time, for some unknown reason, this seems to be sharp. Maybe it just slightly didn't quite focus quite as well the first time. In fact, I'd say it looks, if not slightly sharper than the full frame there. That's ISO 1600. You can see the white balance is slightly different again. But if we go up here, I don't know if YouTube is going to show it. I am going to upload it in 4K, hopefully. I think Camtasia is recording it in 4K. If you look on the left-hand side, there's still a little bit of noise on the full frame, but it's definitely more pronounced. But I mean, that's pixel peeping. If we just shift tab and then turn the lights back off, and then we press the C key to take the compare off. I'll just click over here and we'll go back to 1600 ISO, press the D key, and we'll go to 1600 ISO. I will press the F key to go to full screen. As out of the camera, it's a raw file as well, remember. No editing, no nothing. What does ISO 1600 look like to you there? I'll just press the F key to go away from full screen. And we'll just, I know this is stupid because it's no longer side by side, but we'll just go and take a nosy. Wow. Definitely struggling with this 4K screen going down here. So if we look at 1600 and we'll go full screen there. I don't know if you remember what the other one looked like, but again, it's slightly cleaner, but it's not a great deal. So what we'll do is now we'll jump to 3200. In fact, I'm going to jump 3200. We'll go straight to 64. In fact, no, I'll just show you the D500 in full screen at ISO 3200. I won't compare it to the D750 because the D750 is better, and we know that now because we've just seen it. But you can see that is, I mean, I'm using a 32-inch 4K Dell screen, and it looks great. There's a slight bit of noise up here, but it's nothing. Around where it counts, at sharpness in the middle of the camera is absolutely zinging quality. I mean, that's 100%, and you can see there's a slight bit of noise there, but it's negotiable. It's no big deal at all. We'll press the F key to exit full screen. We'll press the Z key to zoom back out. So we'll jump to 6400 now. We'll show you that full screen first. I will also zoom in to show you the sharpness, and it's still sharp. These you can see grain now along the top, like that would maybe need a bit of noise reduction. If you're going to print it out A4, 10x8, maybe not, but these are a bit there. But let's go compare that with the 750. Just hang on, what we're at, 6400. Oops, 12,008. Right, let's press Shift Tab, turn the lights out, L key twice, and let's just take a look at the pair. As you can you see how we just looked at that image on the left from the D500 at full screen, and it looked a lot more noisy than it does now. I'll tell you now, that's probably A4 on my screen, and it looks 1,000 load better at that size than it did full screen at 32 inches. But let's just zoom into the Nikon sign. Let's take a look at the, I'd say the sharpness, if it's not as it's not, it's bloody sharper. It seems to really got a little bit sharper. But if we have a look at under this quick release plate here, you can see a bit of noise creeping in on the D750, but there's slightly more on the D500. We'll go back up to the top, and you can really see that noise now. Again, it's still not bad, to be fair, but the D750 is holding up fantastically, but not. It's not chalk and cheese difference. It's just a little bit better, not boatloads better. Shift Tab. We'll press the L key twice. Oops, sorry, once when we've turned them on. We only press it once. Press the C key to take the compare view off. So we'll now go to 12,800, pressing the D key at 12,800. We'll go full screen, and I'll show you. That's how it looks on a 32-inch screen. I don't know what size your screen is. Let's just zoom in and take a look. The sharpness is still bang tidy sharp. You can really see a little bit of noise creeping in these shadows now. And there's obviously noise along the top. There you go. I'll just press the F key to exit full screen. We'll now go look at the 12,800 from the D750. We'll press the F key. And you can see the noise is creeping in now on the D750. It's still fantastic, but it is creeping in. We'll just zoom in there. But I'd say sharpness-wise, it's easy as sharp as the D750. And there you go. So what we'll do is we'll just have a little press the F key to take it off full screen. I will go back to the D750, D500, press the compare key, and we'll take Shift Tab and we'll press the L key twice. We'll look at it now and you can see 12,800 on the D500 again in like an A4 size view on your screen. Looks 1,000 times cleaner. We'll just zoom in and look at the noise. So there you go. You can see it's starting to creep in on the full frame now, and it's pretty dominant on but on the actual subject, which is exposed correctly, it looks perfect. You can't even see any noise at all on the camera, the lens cap and around the camera itself. It's just starting to creep in. So we'll press the L key once, Shift Tab once, and we'll take the compare key off, and we'll just go and have a look at 25,600. Oh no, sorry. Oh, that was 25,600, I think. But we're just looking at 512,000 ISO full screen. This is from the full frame. That's unusable now anyway, so we're not. I'll show you it, but I will compare it if we did do it on the D750. I don't know if the D750 went up there. Just a second. I might have that. Oh yeah, we did. So Shift Tab, press the L key, and there you go. You can clearly see the D750 wins hands down. Let's just zoom into the Nikon. Yeah, they're both noisy now. D750, I won't want to take that high. 25,600 is okay, 12,800. But there you go. I mean, that's extreme. So we'll, oops, that's the D750. Shift Tab, and we'll press the C key. That's it. Right, what we'll do is here also, I'm just going to show you some shots here. I'm not going to compare them side by side now, because we know that the D750 was better, but you make up your mind whether you think the image quality. We knew the noise was always going to be slightly better on the full frame camera, but did you think the image quality itself was good? Right, this video, let me just have a look at my microphone. 12 minutes. I'll let it go on for another 5 minutes and I may end it. What we're just going to do for this video, what I'm going to do now is, I took some shots, 3 stops underexposed. So we did this for a dynamic range test. The ISO is 320. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to fix the exposure. We'll bring it up 2 full stops. And I'll take the shadows up 40. Oh, we'll go right up there. But in fact, we'll go 2.5 stops. We'll put a bit of clarity on, put some blacks on, bit of contrast, bit of vibrance. I'm going to copy these settings now onto an underexposed same shot on the D500. Now we're going to press the C key. Oops, and there we go. We're going to turn the lights out and we're going to take a look at those. Now they are 2 shots, underexposed, 3 full stops nearly. And obviously I edited the full frame one and we copied the settings across it. Can we press the before and after in this mode? I don't think we can. Let me just turn the lights out. No, we can't. But let's just zoom in and have a look at the camera. And we'll just go up to the top. Now you can clearly see that there is more noise been introduced on the crop frame sensor. Brought back 3 stops. But to be fair, it's very, very marginal. The D750 wins again. Which, to be honest, anybody watching this video should have known that the D750 was always going to win. But is it chalk and cheese difference? I can't honestly say that. I mean, that's a before. Whoops. Pressing the wrong thing. Before. On the D. This is the D500 after. I mean, and that's brought up, what is it, 2.5 stops, and the shadow sliders brought up 88%. And then we'll just go and have a look for the price of eggs. D750. So again, you've had a little look at that. You make up your own mind. If we just compare it just one more time and just put them side, the other side now, the D750's on the other side. Just turn the lights out. What do you think? I mean, that's about A4 size. They both look absolutely stunning. The white balance is slightly different again, but that's a 2-second fix. Shift Tab, turn the lights off, press the C key. So that's that. Now we're just going to take a look at, I'll just press the D key so we can get, now this is shot from the D500. And if you have a look, this is ISO 3200, underexposed. I did that again as well so that I could lift up the exposure, but I'm not going to bother for the video. You do know that the D750 will win, but it's marginal. I think I'll leave this video at that now, to be honest. So how we're going to wrap this up? What I'm going to say is, oh no, let me just, for one more shot, let me just Shift Command R and reset that, and reset this. Shift Command R. I'm going to go and quickly edit this first image here that's only shot at ISO 320. I'm going to edit it on the full frame. Let me just go find ISO. There you go. Let's actually edit the shot and add a little bit of punch to it, and maybe add a bit of clarity and a bit of vibrance. There you go. We'll just for the sake of the video, we'll go like that. And I'll go Command C and I'll copy everything. And we'll go copy it. We'll just Shift Command R this. And then I'm going to Command V. Right, okay. So now, what I'll have to do is, now we're going to compare the two images edited. So there's the two images edited. And the reason why we're going to do this, I'll just tell you in a minute. We're actually doing it just to see, because it was quite a low ISO. The exposure was fantastic. I have got a slightly brighter highlight on the crop sensor taken from the D500. So what I'll do is I'll just turn the highlights down a little bit on that, because it's a bit distracting. I press the D key and we'll just pull them highlights down a right little bit there. Right, now we'll press the C key again. And the purpose for this is just to show you, out of the camera, two decent exposures. I've edited it on the full frame, and I've copied the settings across to the crop frame sensor at ISO 320 at f2. Both absolutely pristine sharp. We'll just take a look at the sharpness. Whoops. Sorry, my computer's struggling because I am on a 4K screen. They're both really, really sharp. And you can see, if we just zoom back out, you tell me, yes, you know the one on the left's taken with a D500, you know the one on the right's taken with a D750, but you tell me, full frame, V's, crop frame sensor, next to each other like that, what do you think? Do you think that you'd better pick the full frame out there and say that is a much better, nicer looking image? I don't think so. They both look absolutely stunning. Admittedly, there's slightly more noise when you pixel peep on the D500, but it's only slightly. It's not chalk and cheese. I would definitely... I mean, the difference between them two sensors is the D750 might be a stop better on the ISO, but the dynamic range is just as good on both cameras. And image quality, I'd pretty much say the D500 is really giving the D750 a run for its money. The background blur looks slightly nicer on the bag than it does on the D500, but again, it's pixel peeping. If I didn't show you the one on the right hand side, you wouldn't ever say, oh, that's a full frame image, I can tell, and that's a crop sensor. So that's about it for this video. We will do a few more. I'll just take the compare key off, and we'll just press the D key again. So there's your before and after. That's quite still ISO 320, but you can see that's your edit on your D500 file and the edit on the D750 file, which was taken with the D750. You can see, if you look at this bag, it's really rendered beauty. It just looks slightly smoother than it does. I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't look quite as smooth. It's probably just because, like you say, there's more depth of field, more background blur on the full frame sensor, there's more detail. But just before I go, D500 picture taken from a D5, taken from a D750, D500, sorry, D750, D500. Can we spot the full frame? Does it blow away? Does that shot blow that one clean out of the water? I think not. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.